And we are here with a rocket scientist, like an actual rocket scientist and author, Olympia LaPointe.
What's up, girl?
So we are reading about your journey and your life and everything. So tell us all there is to know about Olympia.
Oh gosh, to tell you all about myself. Well, thank you so much for having me on your great show. I really love what you guys do.
Thank you.
My life journey is so fascinating. Now, when people see me, they would not guess that I launched rockets for 10 years.
No?
I know, people would never guess that when they look at me. I am Olympia LaPointe, and a lot of people follow my TED Talk, Reprogramming Your Brain to Overcome Fear, or read my books, Mathophobia or Answers Unleashed. And I talk about how I had to retrain my own brain in order to do great things. And one of the great things I did was launched with a team of people. Team of great people. I helped launch 28 space shuttle missions into space.
What?
Yes.
So cool.
Yeah.
Can y'all believe it?
Yes.
Did you? I can't.
Where are you from?
Now, I am from Los Angeles.
What?
You stretch from like South Central to NASA?
From South Central to science stardom, I guess you would say. Well, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, and it was really rough neighborhood. I had, thankfully, my mother and sisters there, and they were so wonderful because they helped me understand the value of education. And I knew that if I took the opportunity to educate myself, I was going to change my life. And it was a process because I failed algebra, geometry, calculus, and chemistry. People were really shocked, but I found the process to actually change my thinking and overcome my fear. And I write about that in my book, Mathophobia, in order to actually pursue these things, no matter what type of difficult situations that you encounter, no matter what type of very stressful situations that you never think that you'll get out of. I'm living proof that you can do that.
So what was it like for you as a woman in this industry?
Oh, gosh.
Did you face any challenges?
Do you know what? Yes, I faced so many challenges, and I was able...
Flip that hair, girl.
I did. Here I am. Tell us those challenges.
Well, I was a woman.
And a woman of color,
A woman of color. And I would be in this room of maybe 200 people, and I realized that I look around, and I was like the only woman. And I was like, what? And I looked around, and then I was possibly the only person of color. And then I looked around again, and I realized, oh my gosh, I'm the youngest person here. And the environment was so different than myself. I had to find not only a way to do the mathematic calculations, because I use mathematics and science to calculate catastrophic explosions, but what it is I had to find a way to communicate the science in a way that broke barriers, that allowed people to understand that science and technology and the way that we solve problems is universal. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your intelligence, it doesn't matter your wealth. When we are innovative and when we are solving problems and we are creating the next generation of solutions that's going to help this world, it doesn't matter your background, because when it all comes down to it, it is your intelligence and your will and your drive to be able to improve mankind.
Woo! Let's get a round of applause. All right. Yes. I'm about to go run through this wall right now.
And so your book, Answers Unleashed, we have it right here. Tell us, what is this? What do you talk about in this book?
Oh gosh, Answers Unleashed. Well, have you ever wanted to really understand the power of your mind? And do you think that you can become a genius at any age?
Yes.
Yes, you can. And a lot of people do not know that it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what your background is, you can become a genius at any age. And this book, Answers Unleashed, The Science of Unleashing Your Brain's Power, is dedicated for anyone to take home a university education and understand how their brain works, master that power, and then change your entire life with it and change the lives of every single person who they encounter.
What would you say to those? What would you say to those out there who, like us, I also failed math every single subject, but I was great with like literature. What would you say to the kids out there who are just really don't think that they're good at school? They're not good at sitting down in a class and learning in that way, and they just don't think that they're very smart. What would you say to them?
know the way that your brain works. There's different ways that we learn. Some people learn through pictures. And so for me, if I hear something, I don't remember it. If I see it, I remember it all the times. There's different ways people learn, through pictures, through auditory, when someone hears something, or kinesthetically. So if you can't sit down and if you can't learn sitting down, that means that you're supposed to learn standing up. And so you do things while you're learning. Instead of going to the board and instead of like sitting down trying to do your homework, go to a board. Go to actually something physical
Look
and
for
do it.
alternatives instead of trying to adapt into
Try to do it like everybody else. Do it
Right.
like you.
There's different ways.
You do you,
You do you, yo. We're gonna play a little game of rock it or knock it. You've heard our do's and don'ts before. This is a little special one for her, so we have to be honest all the time. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for that? We're gonna rock it or knock it.
Okay.
All right. So first one, you're into a guy, but he dated your friend 5 years ago. Would you rock it or knock it?
Knock it.
Oh, interesting. You want to go a little deeper on that, or
Elaborate.
just
Yeah, elaborate.
Do you know what? I would not date. Knock it is like no, right?
Right.
No, okay.
Exactly.
She's like, wait, what did I just ask you?
No, because I really value friendships. Friendships are like really, especially if that's a really good, dear friend of mine. I really, truly believe in relationships. Honesty in relationships is what's best.
Yeah.
So that's if like your friend would mind. You think your friends would mind?
Or maybe it's best to not even ask if they would mind.
Well, I have unique
Sneaky over
taste.
here.
I have unique taste. So my tastes are different than the rest of my friends because there's only a unique type of man out there for me.
Okay, here's mine. Are you ready?
Yeah.
A little, here we go. You're on your 5th date. He's wonderful and everything's been so perfect, and he says he wants to show you something. Then, all of a sudden, a collection of handcuffs and whips and nipple clamps. Ooh, and more. Rock it or knock it?
Well, that's such a great question.
Thank you. We try.
I'm down to rock it. Rock it or knock it. Go all over rocking that.
Do you know what? I'm such a learner. I'd be like sitting down, okay, well, how do you necessarily use that? Just give me a lecture.
She's rocking it. All right. On the lighthearted side, here we go. You're into him, but his dating profile has just one bad thing. He says he's not into dogs. He doesn't like dogs. Rock it or knock it?
Well, I would ask, what is he like?
He's hot. He has a great job, or this is what his dating profile says. But it says here, don't like dogs.
Well, does he like horses? That would be the thing I would be wondering about, because I love polo, and so if anyone knows me, knows that I am always watching polo. I'm like always on a polo field, and so if a guy doesn't like dogs, I would ask if he likes horses. If he likes horses,
animals.
If he likes animals,
Or another animal.
he would have to like some sort of other animal, like let's say horses. I would
Right.
have to ask that question, because how could he enjoy time with me on the polo field if he doesn't like doing the same thing?
Knocking it.
We're knocking it.
That is brilliant.
It's just kind of like a personal question. Being as brilliant as you are, and it could be super intimidating. Do you find like issues finding guys who are not like in awe of you?
Do you know, it's interesting. I love being feminine, as you can tell.
I mean, hello, girl.
Thank you. I love going out and going to places and restaurants and fine dining experience and experiencing things. And so I notice that most of the people that are attracted to me and people that come to me are people who are educated and people who are willing to find out about new approaches and mindsets, and they're people who always enjoy culture. And for me, I don't necessarily find any difficulty in attracting someone, because the people I attract are men who are very, very, very appreciative of an intelligent woman.
Oh, girl.
So
That's what we want to hear and see. Where y'all at? Hey.
And so what intimidates you in a man? Is there anything?
Oh, wow. That's a really good question. I think you Stuck me on that one.
Okay, let me modify it for you. Would you date someone who you thought was smarter than you?
Yes.
Well, no. Would you date
She's rocking
someone
it.
who you didn't think could keep up?
Oh, now that's
No.
a wholly different question now. Oh my gosh.
I'm knocking that
You
one.
know what?
Knocking it.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.